Hey everyone, I'm Ruth. Welcome back to another video. In this tutorial I'll be painting a portrait in watercolors and drawing the details in colored pencil. If you want to see the sketching process, you can click the link in the comments or in the description box. I'll put it there for you. So, let's get right into the tutorial. I start by taping my paper to the surface. I have already made a light pencil sketch. I'll put the link in the description box and in the comment section, and you can click on that link to see the sketching process for this portrait. I start with a light layer of a skin tone that I mixed with several colors. I will put all the colors in the description box so you can mix these colors as well. And I start with a layer of very diluted paint, and then I paint another layer with a slightly darker color on the shadow areas. And when that layer is dry, I paint with a pink color on the cheeks and some darker skin tone on the shadowed areas. And I don't use too much paint. I use really diluted paint and a rather dry brush, not too much water on it, so the paper won't start to buckle. And again, when this layer is dry, I use some darker skin tone on the shadow areas and some more pink on the cheeks. And I'm really slowly building up my layers, not going too dark too soon. I always like to work from light to dark and build up several layers to create depth to my painting. Now I start to fill in the iris with a blue color, and the highlights in the irises, I leave them white. Don't put any paint there. And I use a really tiny brush for this. I'll also put this brush in the description box so you can use the same brush as I do. And with that same tiny brush, I paint in some more details, some more shadows above the eyes, on the crease, in the nostrils, underneath the lips, and in the neck. And then I add some more pink to the cheeks. And again with my tiny brush, I paint in some gray color to the white of the eyes, because the white of the eyes is never really white, it's always some gray color or blue, but never white. And in the meantime, I have also added some color to the lips, a light pink color, And I go on with my tiny brush to add shadow to the eyes and to the nostrils and underneath the nose. Just building up my layers. Now I add blue to the face to create depth in the face. And I don't have a reference photo. I'm just painting this portrait from my imagination. So you can paint along with me, or you can use a reference photo if you want to. But I'm just painting from my imagination here. Now I add some pink to the whole face and start filling in the lips with a red color I mixed and dark brown to the crease of the eyes and to the lash line. And you can see me just dilute it a little bit with some water on my paintbrush when I think that I have gone too dark with my paint. Some more brown underneath the eyes and on the side of the nose where the shadow is. Just building up layers. And also underneath the hair where there is shadow. And now I add brown to the iris of the eyes and to the nostrils and the neck to create more shadow. For the background I use blue, but of course you can use any color you like. Some more shadow to the nose, and when that layer is dry, I start by mixing some brown colors for the hair and lay down a basic layer for the hair. And I leave some white space open, and the roots of the hair I paint them darker than the rest. Now I add some diluted brown to my background and some darker brown to the hair as well. And I still keep my layers very light at this point. Now I add some other brown colors to the hair to create depth in the hair and more shadow to the neck. And even darker brown to the roots of the hair. And when I think that I have gone too dark, I just use some water to lift off some of the paint. Now I'm blending in some brown and blue to my background. I add some pink to the lips and I leave the highlight white. Now I start with the eyebrows. And more shadow to the nose and above the eyes, underneath the eyes, underneath the hair and on the cheeks. Now I add some more pink. and more red to the lips with my tiny brush. And as you can see, I'm really careful with adding more color, just slowly building up my layers. And I do this because also with watercolor it's really easy to work from light to dark, but it's very hard to work from dark to light. Now I go in with my colored pencils. I use my Polychromos pencils and some Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils as well. And I start with the eyes. And add some more color to the face. I use several shades of brown, pink. I use my Polychromos black for the lashes, and grey. And I'll also list these down in the description box. Now I add some really dark shadow with my Polychromos black. And add more shadow with my brown pencils. And also add some structure to the hair. And with my black I draw in the eyelashes. Some more pink. I don't use too much colored pencil on my portrait because I really wanted to have that look of watercolor, but I think the colored pencils work really well for details and for some extra color. Now I go in with my watercolor again and add some more pink and blue to the face and some more shadow. And another layer of brown to the hair and more shadow to the neck as well. And more shadow to the face. Now I darken up my background with more darker blue. And with my tiny brush, I paint in some more shadow. And also some detail to the hair. I first used a tiny brush to paint some strands, and then with my bigger brush I put only water on it and blend it out a little bit. Now I add some more color to the lips. And more detail to the hair. I use various shades of brown up a hair. And I keep darkening it up. And now I use a really tiny brush to paint in some flyaway hairs. I add some more brown to the face, some more shadow, slowly darkening it up. And even darker. And also some more shadow in the hair, some darker browns. And when that layer is dry, I'm ready to take off the tape. And this is the final result. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell to get informed when a new video comes out. If you have a comment, you can leave it down below and don't forget to share my video with all your friends. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you. Bye.